my bubbly bees to our bubbly bee nest. Hi, happy Sunday morning. I am on the road and we stopped at another Dunkin', a different one. And gotta have breakfast. It's pretty early here, but oh, he just sat down. How are you? How's your Sunday? How's your weekend? No mic, guys. Just straight lo-fi. Okay. I literally just got out of bed, so excuse my appearance a little bit, but we're gonna take the shades off, make this real, do some chit sound, and maybe finally put on those darn nails that I was talking about yesterday in my last video. But first, we have chit chat morning. I asked Duncan for some napkins, and they really came through. My allergies are still out of control. Don't ask me how. I do not know. So, I am starving. I didn't really eat that much yesterday. Don't let this guy fool you. Mr. Moose just got a pup cup. This really wasn't intended for like a mukbang. It's more of a, come to breakfast with me, share some chit chat, catching up, just talking about certain things, and there will be food a part of this. So if you're not really big on food sounds, a little warning. This is the turkey, egg, and wrap, wake up wrap, turkey sausage. I really want to do this video with you guys, and at the same time, I'm so hungry. Like, you get that pit in your feeling. That's how hungry I was, or am still. So, how are you again? I know I asked that question. I'm not trying to be redundant. I just got a medium this time, not a large. Just a medium ice, four creams, half and half, no sugar, no flavors. But smaller size, guys. So actually, for today's video, I really want to talk about, don't really need a seatbelt when you're sitting in the car. Hopefully I can do this right. And this shirt I'm wearing is called, let's see if we can get that in there, Empathy. It's a sweater. It's really long and baggy, but still, I like the, this part. So this is Empathy, and the shirt I found actually at TJ Maxx, but I wear it from time to time when it's cold, and it's 54 out here. But I thought, hey, I love what Empathy stands for, and I think that we don't discuss it or have enough of it in our day-to-day lives with others in our world. But here in the Bubbly Bee nest, you can find tons of endless empathy. Hold that thought. I was watching last night night I was kind of binging later at night on different TV shows and movies, and this is where I'm like, well, excuse me, I might be coughing. This is where I thought about this topic. I'm like, the content that we consume. Oh my goodness, guys. Is it Monday? No, it's Sunday. It feels like a Monday, and I don't know why. I've been traveling on the road. Love how he listens. He's waiting for his food, I think. I might got him something, maybe. Anyways, back. Let's stay on topic. You have to help me. I was watching like TV shows and movies, and one general theme that I saw was the lack of empathy within the characters and their environment and the whole plot, the story, and how it got there. And I'm just like, that would solve so many of these people's problems. And even I was reflecting on people I know in my personal life and work life, and I'm like, this would help this, and this will help that, and that. And like, why is it so hard for us to have empathy towards someone else, or towards yourself? I also looked inward about that. What makes a struggle, and why are some people more naturally empathetic than others? I discovered it's like, you know, a light switch. Old-fashioned donut. And I'm like, why is that? Are you born that way? Is it a special gift from a higher power, whoever you may believe? We all believe something different, or don't believe in. That's fine too. What makes somebody's personality? Or is it a trait of the heart? I personally think, got a puppy toy back there. I personally think it's both. I think we're born with some, and then it's nurtured into our life as little babies and kids, and then to adults. So I think we all know real quick what empathy is before I go on. But I believe empathy is being able to be in someone else's shoes, and maybe not always been in those shoes or in that situation someone might be going through, and you're hearing about it, or you're actually seeing it happen in front of your eyes, and you can understand or give understanding of what that person may be experiencing or is going through. And you may not understand it because you haven't, but you can be empathetic and wish them well and be there for them with their kindness. And I think kindness and empathy go hand in hand, for sure. Empathy is like the eyes. Kindness is the mouth. What you say, your actions, once you recognize you need to have empathy for that person or situation happening. You can be nice, quote unquote, and even kind, but that doesn't always bring true empathy, or what's really needed for that person to help them heal and get through a tough or unexpected situation, whatever that may be in their life. And I think life, we know one factor we know, guys, is that life is tough. Life is tough in general. You're gonna go through bumps. You're gonna go through highs. You're gonna go through lows. All of it that makes up life. But you have to have the tools to get through it for yourself and to help your fellow fellow man. Even a stranger, you can have empathy. That's sometimes the beautiful most gift, is you don't even know the person really, or at all, and you're still able to feel the kindness and love and everything, you know? So with that said, I reflect back to my life and how I sometimes, it's natural for me, but it's still a choice, and I think it's a really, really important choice to acknowledge with your heart and your brain. As I was saying, guys, it's a really important choice to acknowledge through your brain and your heart. Excuse me. And I think basically I'm asking you, how would you rate yourself with having empathy? And how has someone else being empathetic towards you affect your mental well-being, mental health, right? I think feeling loved and feeling cherished is really important. And I'm going to go back. I might sound like a broken record if you've seen some of my other chit chat videos, but I'm just going to go back and reflect and relate to personal, romantic partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, the whole shebang, husband, wife, romantic relationships, we'll call it, right? And I think, and that also includes same-sex too. I'm so sorry if I just say boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, heterosexual, and also the gay community too, homosexual relationships, all of it. Because sometimes I think that's really important. If you're watching this video and you're in a same-sex relationship, whatever label you want to put on it, I'm not really big on labels, and I don't want to offend anyone. I really don't. I never do. And that reminds me, I believe June is Pride Month, so I actually did a video one year. I know this is random, but I'm a huge supporter of same-sex relationships, same-sex marriage, all that wonderful things. Love is love, and that is great. And yes, I am saying that and putting myself out there. And for those of you that are watching, that is okay. You're allowed to have different opinions, just as long as we respect one another. I try really hard to be open-minded with other people's opinions different than mine, but I do love whatever that may look like to you. As long as you're happy, that's all I care about, my Bubbly Bee. So just putting that out there. Again, a little random in this video, but I don't know, I guess my head's been kind of all over the place with this empathy thing. Last night I went down the, as I like to call it, my rabbit hole. Rabbit. And this is Sunset Peach and Mango Refresher, large. And I just think how many problems we could solve individually and as together like a team if everyone held that trait of empathy, being empathetic. I think that's why, for example, Mr. Moose, dogs, pets, animals are naturally so loved and adored by us people because it's unconditional, but they have empathy and stuff. They want to make sure you're okay, and just naturally you feel their love for you, and you just want to give it back to them. And I think people could be a lot more, I hate to say it, guys, but I see people treat their dogs or cats, you cat lovers out there too, animal lovers, a lot better than their relationship and their family and friends. And as I was saying before, my avocado toast, that I think it goes back to those toxic relationships. And before, it doesn't always have to be abusive, but again, what is abuse? Abuse can look like in a lot of different ways, but my point is that you'll find a lot of those people who aren't treating their partners well. Red flag and trait will be lack of empathy. And that's just not me saying it, guys. That's a lot of just basic dating coaches, therapists, psychologists. The lack of empathy. It can go on a spectrum, right? One spectrum here on the end, the other end here. And, you know, lack of empathy can also be criminal too, you know? Really dark traits, dark personalities they begin to see. I hope this doesn't get too messy. They toasted it really well too. So, you know, even I sit here in this new parking lot, I'm like, people just with road rage or driving aggressive, I'm seeing in a parking lot. Like, it's on a Sunday morning, you know? What kind of mood are you in? The birds are chirping. It's not, you're off from work most likely. Most people, not all. And it's just this energy I get, like, just frustration, move out of my way, no consideration. And that's freaking scary, you know, because you're driving this huge, massive vehicle. Huh. So good, by the way. And nobody is perfect, but I think some things real quick to look out for if you're making a new friend. I'm gonna keep the boss and coworkers, like work life, out of this so much. I think it could be another video because that's even more complex. When you're not dealing with love relationships like family and friends and partners. I think 150% no doubt you deserve empathy from those people. Work is a little more complicated. Doesn't mean you'll deserve respect, and I don't necessarily know in today's times that work is able to have empathy for their employees. So that's a whole other topic, but here are the things to look for. If you're sick from a cold to flu, all the way to, unfortunately, in the hospital, where is your loved ones around you? Do they get angry and annoyed they have to take care of you? Even at the house, like you're in bed with the common flu? Are they annoyed? That's not empathy. Sickness of any kind, illness, shouldn't be looked at as and treated like you're doing something wrong, right? And I will say that magic word that we're all used to hearing, narcissism. I'll say it louder. Narcissism. Repeat it all day, guys. You know, they, in that group of people, they definitely lack emotional empathy. There is cognitive, logical, your brain. Like, they're supposed to say, oh, I get someone sad, like their pet just died or their parent just died. Oh, that is sad. I'm sorry. But that's as far as it goes. There's no depth. There's no emotional connection. It's more cognitive, and kind of a cold feeling too, kind of empathy. That's it. They're not feeling or going through the emotions or trying to with you. It's okay. So that's some stuff. Also, someone with a lack of empathy, I would say someone's going through a hard time, maybe being bullied at school or at work or within their family. They're being bullied and they're sharing this with someone that, you know, thinks that they care about them. And they basically kind of mock or make fun of them, laugh. They aren't having the proper emotions, like listening and with love and patience, and saying that, you know, what they're experiencing is valid and not okay. The other person just makes it worse with the lack of empathy and thinks that you're too weak, you're too sensitive. Those are definitely signs, again, of someone not being wired correctly for being empathetic. I would also say animals. I'm not going to talk too much because that's like a trigger. This can be a trigger for some, but any type of cruelty, abuse, neglect towards animals, including pets of their own. Yeah, I think certain hunting sports, very cruel. Different ways of doing that. I'm not going to go into detail because I am very sensitive and I love animals. So that's a lack of empathy, especially in young people or children and teens. That's a big red flag for many things. But yeah, not having empathy, or the dog's sick again, annoyed or mad at the dog, just like they're mad at their person being sick. I would also say a lack of empathy is being verbally abusive, literally verbally calling someone names, bad names. It's a pattern. It's not a joke, an inside joke between the two people. Again, the cruelty towards it, a meanness. Yeah, being very disrespectful, calling someone names, calling them stupid, critical of their appearance, fat, too skinny. So, yeah, it's definitely a big red flag. And then I'll say another one before I finish out, because due to the time, guys. And again, thank you for always joining me. I would also say, how can I say this, not to get into politics or cultural beliefs, but I will say, regardless of your politics or if you're apolitical, not into politics, whatever country you're from too, as human beings, right? We're all human beings, of course. I feel that seeing a homeless person, maybe with a dog, talk about unconditional love. Dogs love us, right? Being homeless or not, they just want to be with their owner. And you see someone really struggling on the street, or they're asking for food, not money. But are you empathetic? You might not know at all the entire situation, or you judgmental. I would say very judgmental, and just say, oh, they deserve it. They might just be using their money for drugs. It's their own fault. Their own fault they're in this situation, because it's right in front of you, right? Especially when you're driving. It just happens. It's unexpected. You see this person, and some look very in bad shape, very skinny, not looking well at all, and they need help. They need to go to the hospital, probably malnourished. And you'll see some people will blame automatically. Forget about trying. Yes, that may be true, but it also could be true at the same time, to have empathy that this person is in this state of condition, right? Mental, physical condition. It's not good to be homeless. It ruins your health, especially over time. So they lack the empathy and automatically judge and shame the person, almost like they deserve it. I don't think anyone deserves that, whatever reason, So it's kind of like, where's your empathy in that moment? You might not have to give them money or get involved, but what's your inner dialogue in your mind when you see, again, that's a good example, a homeless person struggling right in front of you. And I think a lot of people, sadly, are more in the group of shame, blame, mocking, and making them almost feel like they're non-human beings. And that's just not okay, because that's a slippery slope. You'll see how they treat people, and then our society is like contagious. And you find yourself living in a world of your own. Around you, your community are becoming less and less empathetic, and that becomes the norm. So, I really hope you found this video helpful, insightful, and comforting. And before I go out, I have to feed Mr. Moose one more time. Old fashioned. No icing, no chocolate. Get some ASMR. Pup. He had a pup cub when he was at the drive-thru. he stuck his big head out the window and automatically they're like, oh, can we give him a pup cup, pretty please? I'm like, yeah, of course. Will you see? One more. All done. Alright guys, alright. May you experience empathy from people that love you and are supposed to love you the most. And if not, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Their lack of empathy, if you experience that from someone else, you see how they treat others or towards you or towards animals. And remember, it's not you, and you can be the bigger person. If that means you have to step away, then you can. But don't ever let